the game with technology on all levels, even equipment. I think it's important to understand what a DAW does, a digital audio workstation does, so you can understand how to compose a piece. Simple. It's not, it's not. I mean, it is a bit of science, right? But it's not. It's a bit of math. My husband didn't buy me this stuff. This is stuff that I obviously was making money in the music, right? So I brought my money and put my money into something. These kind of things work. So my initial plan is to create music for the animations that I'm working on, whether I do some of them by hand and then incorporate them into that, or whether I use different types of tools to create how I'm making these characters. That's my prerogative. I decide how I'm going to do it because I already have and I know the skills of how to do things without it in the first place. I seriously still think, just like if you're going to do music production, learn the basics. Learn how to play an instrument. Learn your scales. Understand what the scales do, and for your music, for instance, not to sound sloppy. Like, you can't just go to a piano and say, I play the piano, and it sounds like that. That's slop. In music terms, that's slop. Like, when you learn and refine your skills in music, and you have many, many years of learning the skill, okay, that becomes skilled skill. That becomes something that advances into more than a sloppy piece of tune. I'm 46 years old. 46 years old. I might look young, but I'm absolutely probably your parents' age if you're younger than me. So, music. Learn your scales. You want to talk about music? I can give you music skills as well. If you want to learn how to make your music for your videos, the music you hear most of the times, okay, besides the little AI experiments that I'm doing right now, because I'm testing it out. I'm testing to see how far I can take AI with music composition, and as we know, it's okay. You have to be more detailed into how you're going to construct it, but it's not great. I think when you're going to construct a piece of music, it really just has to come from a place of knowledge. Like, you need to understand the basics of music composition, or else there's no point in doing the music. That's slob. Like, I hear half the stuff, like, there's a lot of slob on YouTube that is just, even in the industry, there's just a lot of stuff out there that's obviously not been thought through and maybe regenerated on a computer, okay? So, my theory is, in order for somebody to be creating something that is a valid understanding, you need to have education. Like, education is the key to success. I mean, you could become a doctor, but you still need to be educated on being a doctor. You could be a musician, but you still need to have a little bit of educational skills to be a musician. Sure, you can play by ear. I do both. I play by ear, and I also read the music. So I can mold the two together, as well as art. I can do abstract art, which is what the piece was behind me recently, and then I can do realistic art because I studied the skill of understanding how to create art on many different levels. That's what you do for a bachelor's. Like, you do the fundamentals of the arts. That's how it goes. And then you jump into the whole thing of conceptual art and how art can be disassembled and reassembled for particular purposes and reasons. That's then going into the concept of the master's. That's more research. I mean, research is also available on your bachelor's, but it's more prevalent when it comes down to doing research when it comes down to doing research for the masters. These little objects. Casey Leung, who created the Zimomos. His art it's like street art, right? His work is abstract, but I'm pretty sure he studied in Europe, so he had skills to understand how to create a character sketch. These were character sketches that brought him to the question of how to create a product. Character sketches. This is where these all come in, character sketches. You gotta learn how to draw these in order to actually make something. The same thing applies for AI. Like, AI can work to a certain point, but unless you have the skills behind you, it's not gonna work the way you want it to work. You have to understand the technical formats on how art really works. What makes it work behind the scene. Like, how do you make these things happen? The same thing applies for music. The same thing applies for fashion, my goodness. You know, I mean, it's all prevalent. It's all necessary. And when I say compose, like, look it up. Go check out what compose means. Compose doesn't just mean compose as a composer. Compose means constructing and bringing things together. That's compose. Okay, so compose your skills, hone your skills, compose it to make a really amazing composition. Whether it's a composition in a painting, whether it's a composition in constructing an AI digitally moving video, which is what I'm experimenting with now. But I've had all the skills in the entire universe at 46 to know what I'm capable of doing and what I'm capable of not doing. And I happen to be around a lot of animators when I grew up, because that's what I was around. And I lived in Japan, and my cousin in South Africa is a director. And I come from a family that has, I don't know, people in the arts. So I grew up as an artist. I grew up around artists, and I grew up as an artist. So this is my world. This is what I understand. And I am here because I can see other people do not understand how to understand. You have to break it down to make it happen. You can't just, like, put it all together and make slop out of it. So you really need to know the fundamentals before you create something that is of quality content. Even if you go back to looking at my visuals, I didn't just construct it out of another person's piece. I created these characters myself. I had a vision. And I said to somebody at one point on this channel when I was going live that I was going to create figures, character sketches. So I'm bringing the character sketches that I've kind of constructed for a few years now and putting them together. Make no mistake, these things didn't just come out of nowhere. I had to have created these a while ago to make this actually like the next phase. So it's all about doing your research and knowing what you're getting yourself into before jumping into it. So don't just think that this object didn't come from somewhere. Don't think that the person that created this did not have a plan. Don't think this person did not have his degree in the arts. Don't think this character did not come from a creator of some sort. Don't think I didn't create the visuals behind me and have somebody else slap it together. I put this together. This is my setup. I set it myself. I also set up all the other spaces. It's a very small space, but it works well for video and editing. I have no issues being in a space to construct what I have to do because I can swivel and move it for different things. This is the area I talk about my unboxings, my blind boxes, which is art. This is the area over there is to talk about maybe a little bit more of the fashion, because I do my Poshmark photographs. So I take photographs daily to earn money to sell online clothing and art and all of that stuff. That's that wall, okay? White backgrounds are usually useful for photographs. I also studied photography. So if you want to get into the other, I can even show you all the courses I took. like, I took so many courses in the arts. It wasn't just a painting class. I took the whole education of the arts and piled it on for years because I thought it was important if I was going to be around artists that I was working with and studying with, and also animators, that I thought that there was value in learning the skills, like have an education in the skills first before, like, I'm pretty sure the people that are talking about slop art, they don't understand that the slop is not technically what it's made of. Like, AI is a good tool, you just need to use it properly. You can't just slap it together and mix mash it and then think that the tools are going to make it happen for you. You have to really think about how you're going to use these tools and why you're using them in the first place. Or else, yeah, then it is absolutely slop. Like, I have seen some slop out there, and it's redundant, repetitive stuff that is spat out like there's no tomorrow because people are they just don't have original content. And if you have original content and you have an understanding for color and an understanding of how to put the music together, like, be a triple threat. I love being a triple threat because I like to double, triple guess people. I want to make sure people know they're messing with the wrong person because I actually do know what I'm talking about. So the next time somebody says slop, first, if somebody does comment on my page, I always go to the people's pages and analyze their pages. If there's nothing there, then obviously that's why they're saying slop, because they don't know what they're doing. So for those people who are telling me that my stuff is slop, look at your pages first and then start analyzing what you've done to your pages, and then come back and talk to me about how you are putting together your channel. I've been building my channel up for years. I had to start with the subjects of music because I was teaching music at the time, and I wanted to get all the music stuff in, which is like the 900 and something videos that I have right now on music related content. Then I shifted into a little bit of graphic design and art, and from there I moved into storytelling, and now I'm here now talking about AI because that's the next phase of the storytelling. And yeah, use and learn those skills. Don't just think that because you don't know what tools I'm using. You have no idea. I'm not going to tell people what I'm using until people start treating my page as a real educational channel, because it is. That is what I'm known for. I am not 25. I am not 6. I'm not 26. I am not 18. I'm not 17. I'm 46 years old. And as somebody who's 46 years old, I have lived my life. And I have had my education. And it is important to listen to people who actually do know what they're talking about. Or else, why even bother coming over to my page and not having, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. That's my personal opinion, because I can always go to people's pages and respond on their pages too. Like, there is that. And then I have control over my page because, like, I'm the one who built my channel. That means I have the back end tools to do things that people cannot see me doing. Okay, I am using all of my skills to create this channel. I have built my own websites. You can see those on my page. I have put together my Poshmark. I am making money on my own. I am not living with my mommy or daddy. I live with a husband, okay? I don't have mommy and daddy. Like, maybe some of you guys are still living in your parents' house, but I am not. I left the country. I don't even live in the country they're, like, living in. They live in South Africa. I live in the United States. So, yeah. Those kids who are in your parents' house, if you're still in your parents' house, take a dive into, like, living alone, getting a house, getting an apartment, living a little bit of a life without your parents, struggling a little bit, you know? You need to have those growing pains. And without that, you're not really doing anything. Like, you're just kind of living in the basement of your parents' house. And you think you're doing something, but you're not. So go get a life. Go find something to do. Go to channels. Like, YouTube is there for educational purposes. It is here to help people learn. If you're wanting to learn stuff, I am here to teach. Okay? If you want to learn the music element, I have years of music training. My mom was an opera singer. My sister's a jazz singer. We have some famous family member that happened to be a very incredibly famous drummer in South Africa. It is like, I grew up with the arts. So if you're complaining about what I know, then obviously people are just, maybe they want to learn what I know. Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to know how I figured it out. Take a class with me. Watch my videos. Like, subscribe, comment. Ask me questions. Do things that normal people do on channels instead of looking at it and saying, oh, I'm jealous because she's figured something out and I haven't, and I don't know what I'm doing because she's doing slop. Yeah, that's because you don't know what you're doing. Maybe it's your page that needs work. Maybe you need to work your ass off to develop a channel. Maybe you need to do a little bit of research on what creating a channel on YouTube is about. I mean, there are all these things. I can even show people how to put a YouTube channel together. It's really not that hard. You just need to have the patience to learn. That's all. So I have said what I had to say. I am very disappointed in the youth because I'm sure it's mainly the youth that are saying slop, slop, slop. It's a new popular word. So whoever came up with the word slop, maybe the young person who discussed the word slop is not understanding the theory behind slop. Slop is like yucky, brown, dirty colors. Stop using brown colors to create slop. Stop using things that you're repurposing. Stop making slop with repurposed content. Stop copying other people's videos. Stop using The Simpsons as a tool to create, stop using The Simpsons characters to create your videos. That's slop. That's called uneducated, you're regurgitating. Slop is regurgitated content. That's what it is. It's not new content that is constructed with valid purposes and logical explanations behind it, with a storytelling, visuals, and somebody that understands how to talk about writing or creating characters. Sorry, but that's the truth. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, have a conversation with me. Get to know who I am besides just swiping past. I am not your age. I am a 46-year-old woman. Okay, I might be smaller than some. That's the Koi Sun in me. If you want to know more about Koi Sun, go in and learn about African context. Go in and learn about the South African history. Go learn about it. Do your research. Learn about the globe. It's not just about you. It's not just about me. It's about the entity and a larger picture. Learn about everything. Learn about who created these characters. Why did they come about? Who created this and what was the reason behind these little baby threes? Who is the artist behind this? Do you paint? Do you know how to paint? Do you know how to mix colors?